Okay guys, so now that we've done our comb twist in this section, now we're ready to do our finger coils. So we're going to be using the same size partings, using our fingers to section. I cannot stress enough that our fingers are our best tool of choice working with curly textures hair. So as you can see, I grabbed my water bottle because I've already added product to her hair. I just felt that she was getting a little dry, so I just spritzed her down with a little more water. Now I'm going to take my section. I'm going to pinch using my index finger and my thumb on my non-dominant hand, using my dominant hand to twirl the hair around my finger. And I am twirling the hair enough until it gets locked on my finger, and then I am releasing and grabbing it again where I left off until I get to the ends. Once I am done, I just release and let go. I'm going to again create intentional balance, making sure that my parting sizes are equal, and I am also taking a bricklay pattern. So again, with my non-dominant hand, I am pinching the base and twirling the hair around my fingers. I switch positions with my non-dominant hand just to reinforce the curl. As I am twirling and twisting down the strand, I am also twisting with my non-dominant hand. What that is doing is locking in the coil to reinforce the coil and to make sure that it stays nice and firm. If you feel your coil is coming loose, simply take it down, start over, and retwist. Twisting using firm tension, but not too much. So I'm twisting all the way down to the ends of the hair. So as you can see, the coils look very similar to our comb twist. They're very similar, but different in a sense. This is honestly a faster way to do coils, just using your fingers. This can also be done on type 2 curls. Again, the coils will not be as tight as when you're doing it on type 3 and type 4. Again, if the hair starts to get puffy, simply add more water, because as you can see on this strand, the tighter I twist this hair, the more you see that product popping through. So there's plenty of product on her hair already. So I just simply need to add more water if I feel that I need more moisture. So you see how my parting is zigzag? That's okay. You don't necessarily have to have even, clean partings. Only time I would suggest having even clean partings is if someone is starting a lock journey. You want to make sure those partings are nice and clean, because as it grows out, you just want it to look as sharp and as neat as possible. If you are just simply defining someone's texture of curls and you're doing finger coils, you don't necessarily have to worry about the partings and how neat and clean they are. So again, I am going to the top with my non-dominant hand, pinching at the root, and I am coiling or twisting the hair over my finger. Think about when you were in class and you're bored and you're taking your finger and you're like coiling it around your hair. That's exactly the same motion you're doing when you're doing finger coils. Again, this is a really good technique to use to define curls. This is an added service, so I would definitely upcharge for this, because it's going to take you a little while to go through and do someone's entire head this way. We definitely want to make sure we're keeping intentional balance. So making sure you're taking even section sizes, doing your bricklay pattern, just to make sure that everything looks fluent and looks balanced. Again, once you get to the end, you want to make sure that hair has enough product on it so that those ends are not frizzy. Again, us curly girls do not like frizzy hair. Saturation of product is going to be key before you start this service. So going back to how we did our wash and go, you want to make sure you're doing your raking and shaking techniques, you're doing your shingling techniques, and you're doing your praying hand techniques so that you can make sure that you are distributing the product evenly throughout the hair, not just the mid strands, but also the scalp and the ends. And generally, I like to leave any excess product on my hair or on my hand so that I can play with it at the end. And here's a final look.